Hey, everybody. Welcome back to episode 34. Woo! Dude, are you lip syncing right now?
It was.
That's pretty damn good. You're so dumb. I was like, woo. What are you doing? Welcome back to the studio.
Me?
Yeah.
Thank
And you too. I'm telling you as if we don't come in here once a week, sometimes more. I can't believe it's already almost the end of August.
It's freaking fast.
Where did the time go, you guys? This is crazy.
Freaking fast.
I know.
Yeah.
So much going on.
Yeah.
What do you have for the people today?
Shoot, I had I wanted to share a Zoomie, but then I had it in my head.
If you said you forgot it, I'm going to punch you square in the throat right now.
I forgot it.
Why don't you write them down?
I don't know.
You're so annoying sometimes.
It was a good one because
You like how he just like glazes over it and is like, doesn't even hear it anymore?
No, because I'm trying to figure out what it was. And I know it was a good one because I was going to be vulnerable.
No, it wasn't good because you didn't remember it. So
It's not,
it was either a lie.
Because it's coming. It's going to come. It's going to come back right now. No, for real. It was a good one. I promise.
I don't believe you.
What the heck, dude? I'm so full of shit. Never mind.
All
Let's share yours.
All right. No, I was just thinking about I was thinking about that guy in the gym today. And have you ever like you're so nice, you don't care, but for me, like I don't say I can't stand that person very often.
Oh.
Right? I'll say, oh, that person's annoying, or oh, that person pissed me off, or whatever. That person's, trying to be the center of attention, like whatever.
Sure.
Right? But it's very few and far in between where I say, I loathe that person.
Well, I could tell. I mean, just by the way you.
I don't have a poker face, guys. Either I like you or you don't.
No, I could tell you don't like him just by the way you talk about him. And the tone in which your voice
my voice
resonates. Yeah, and for a good reason. I mean, he's not.
So listen, guys, we're talking to each other like we're not doing a podcast right now, but there's a guy in the gym and he's a trainer and he's misogynistic.
Mm-hmm.
He's a Trumper. He's all the things that I loathe in people.
Sure.
And I just keep to myself. I don't say anything. Like, and he always tries to talk to you. He wants to bro out, man. We're bro out, right? And so I'm like, whatever, because guys do that to you all the time.
Sure.
They always want to be your friend.
Sure. I don't mind. Like I said, I don't mind. I don't mind talking, but don't encroach, if that makes any sense. Like, because he when I first met him, before you've come to this conclusion about he's the worst person on the face of this earth. He would ask me all kinds of questions, and I would talk to him. Not a big deal. But the problem I had was, it's like, dude, every day.
Yeah, like when you're working out.
Like we're not best friends, bro. You just said what's up. You introduce yourself. I introduce myself.
Yeah.
That's it, man.
Yeah.
But not every day, bro. And then he could tell.
Yeah.
Because then I wouldn't say shit. I just walk by him without even saying what's up. Because once I open the door,
they won't shut the hell up.
Dude, I want to be friends. I want to be friends. Yeah. What's up, man? But here. When I leave here, I don't want to know you, man.
Yeah.
I see you here. It's an acquaintance, right? It's not a friend.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's the level I want to hold. And I'm sure. Well, I don't know what you're thinking, but that's what I'm thinking. And
he's thinking, let's go have a beer and bro out and talk about some bitches.
Negative. Negative. Because I already know him that we don't think the same.
Yeah.
Just by the way he talks.
Yeah.
And the way he has carries this bravado about him, I guess. Like I already know we're not gonna get along. I don't like this guy.
Yeah.
and then, which is fine. That's his prerogative. I don't care. But then when you start to kind of push a little bit more and try to joke a little bit more, like that's too much.
He's trying to like reel you into his bullshit. So like, anyway, the reason I was thinking about this guy is because I was like, I don't And this kind of dovetails to what we're going to talk about
Yeah,
today.
I was going to ask you.
Yeah.
Does it sound like,
I think that's why I started thinking about it, because
Probably.
just watching him today. So like, just to give you some context, you guys, there's this guy, he's a trainer. He's all the things you hate about going to the gym. It's like, he's the epitome. If there was a picture in a dictionary of why I hate going to the gym, his picture's right there. Right. Because he just talks the talk. Right. And then anyway, I'm like on a machine and he's across the gym and I can hear him clear as a bell and he just makes my skin crawl and he makes me want to say something, right? But I don't, because he's trying to bro out with you and I'm like, oh my God, right? So I was thinking about this guy and I was thinking, because of our topic today, I was literally reflecting, am I being a hater in any way, shape, or form? Like, I always have to self-reflect first to ask myself why. Because Val goes, I wonder why you think these things, right? Or how you participated in this. And I always ask myself that when I'm having a terrible thought. And I'm looking at this guy across the gym and I'm watching him and I'm hearing this shit. Like
you don't even see him. You just hear his voice.
I'm like face down on a machine I'm doing hamstring curls, right? I'm face down on the machine and I hear him and I go, like my whole body just winces, right?
Sure.
And then I look up and then I see him and it makes me even more mad. I'm like, yeah. And so Tanya's talking to me and I'm just looking at him going, like just shaking my head and she's like, hello? And I'm like, huh? Oh, how long was I out? Like, I don't realize that I'm like staring at him. I feel like the Grinch, the Jim Carrey version when he's looking through the phone book and he goes, hate, 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 loathe. That's me. That's me to him. And I just think, and so I'm reflecting going, I'm taking a shit, right? I'm thinking about our podcast today and I'm thinking, why do I not like this guy? Am I hating on him because he's so bravado? And no, he's just a dick. And he's talking shit. The other day I heard him talking about being an anti-vaxxer to some old white guy. I'm like, oh my God, right? Today I hear him going, and this is just, this solidified when I recanted the story in my head. Is it recanted? Recounted. The story in my head. I'm thinking, no, he's just an awful person, because he was going, yeah, these chicks, mind you, he's a trainer.
Yeah.
These chicks, they just think being on a GLP-1 is going to take the place of going to the gym like it's a quick fix. In the same breath, correct me if I'm wrong, he's talking about steroids. And how he takes steroids and whatever.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
And you're going, okay. Like, Tate's not saying anything. He's just going.
But he's not talking to me.
No, he's not talking to you. Like, I see you hearing him talking to someone else on the machine next, like 2 machines down from you guys.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, what a fucking hypocrite, right? What a hypocrite. You're bitching about chicks. That's how you know you're like, he's an awful person. Chicks are GLP-1. And then he's talking about how he takes steroids to some other fuckstick who he's training, by the way, who has no muscles or whatever. And he's encouraging him to go on steroids and how it works and whatever. And I'm going, you fucking hypocrite. So it's okay for you and you to tell your clients that, to get big quick, go on these steroids, right? And then in the same breath say, no, these chicks think going on a GLP-1.
Sure.
So I'm going, nah, I'm not being a hater. I'm not being a hater. Like, he has nothing to hate on, right? Like, for me, he has nothing that I want or that I want to aspire to or anything like that. So anyway, that's what I was thinking. That's my Zoomie for the day. And I wanted to tell him, you should not be allowed to coach women. And he does coach women. I see him coaching women. And he's a terrible trainer on top of all of this. And I'm thinking, you shouldn't be allowed talking shit like that on women and then taking their money. He's like, because a lot of my clients are on GLP-1. Well, then you just contradicted yourself, you dumbass. They're in the gym and on a GLP-1.
Sure.
I don't know. Chime in the comments, guys. Am I like off here?
I don't know. I didn't hear all that.
Yeah.
I just heard his his mouth open. He talked something. He said something about something, and then I tuned him out.
Yeah.
I try not to listen.
I just saw your face go.
Yeah, because it's like, come on, man, just focus on your client there.
And the funny thing, the sad part is his client was going, oh, okay. Like
I wasn't watching.
I was from across the way. Tanya had to snap me out of it because I was like, what? Huh? She's like, what are you staring at? Anyway, that's my Zoomie for the day, guys. Awful men in the gym.
Yeah. And yeah, it's not good.
It's not good. And you know what? We keep getting asked, please do a podcast on a gym, going to the gym for beginners. Not gym etiquette, because we already did one of those.
Sure.
But more so like, I was talking about, people were saying, hey, can you give us some tips on how to get started at the gym?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. Well, so much for our Zoomies. Did you remember what your Zoomie was?
No. It'll come to me.
Okay. All right, guys. Here's what we're going to talk about today, because it wasn't this situation that made us think of it, but it was, just people in general and how like this administration is making everything seem like cuckoo bananas, and people are getting real brave behind those keyboards. They're getting real bravado behind those. Honey, I'm just kidding.
It's too soon, babe. we just resolved it, and I'm just not getting over it.
Okay, that was me listening wrong. Okay. Anyway, this, just people just being awful, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you and I were talking about and Tanya and I were talking about it too. We were talking about, me personally, I have never left a mean comment on anyone's social media account. Ever.
Yeah, I can't imagine that, doing that.
Yeah.
I don't see a reason. I don't see a reason to do it.
Yeah.
I don't know what good if I were to do it, what good is going to come out of that? What do I expect to happen after I do that?
Or like, what do you gain from that?
That's what I'm saying.
Right?
What is not expect, but what do I gain from, you're exactly right. What do I gain from doing that? What does that do for me?
Yeah.
It just makes it worse, I think.
I mean, I don't even know. I can't even imagine what that must feel like, because I've never been inclined, not even a little bit, unless, let me take that back, with a caveat of, unless I see someone saying something mean on Dason and Drew's accounts, or their Two Idiot Girls accounts.
Well, then that's not you being.
No, exactly. That's why I say the caveat of, because I'm not saying I've never left a mean comment. Because I have, but it's
on someone's post.
Yeah,
about
it was
what they posted.
It was
right?
It's their comment, not their post, right?
The comment is about what they posted, though, right?
No.
Okay.
If it's Drew's post, they made a mean comment.
Sure.
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
I have replied to that mean comment.
Yes.
So I'm not saying I've never shit talked, because I'm a mad shit talker, right? If provoked, that's provoking, right? It's not like someone said, hey guys, like, this is my first post ever, and I'm trying to, like, I saw this guy the other day. He said, hey, I'm trying to this is how it came up, and I think I sent it to you. It was a guy who's sitting in his car, and he was like, and then the text above said, this is me trying to get over being an introvert.
It was a woman.
No, it was a man.
Okay, sorry. You send me a lot.
Okay.
No, you send me a lot of videos.
I know. Anyway, and he was sitting in his car, and he goes, you guys, this is me trying to get over being an introvert. And then he's like, like, and he just keeps screaming and saying, why is this so hard? Why am I so shy? Right? I laughed so hard because it made me think of you being an introvert. And I just thought, this is so sweet. Right? And then I'll comment, keep going, buddy. This is awesome. Whatever. It's always uplifting.
Sure.
And I hardly ever do that. But if it really touches me, or really, makes me feel some type of way, like cry or proud or whatever, I'll leave a nice comment.
Sure.
Right? Some of the comments in there were like, this is performative, you're making this up, da 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 da. And I'm like thinking, what the fuck?
Why would they say that?
I don't know. That's what I'm talking about.
Saying? So like, you guys at home, right? If you're watching a post like that, like this guy, he's like talking about being an introvert and screaming. Like, what would your reply? If you were to comment on something like that, what would you comment? Like, would you comment something like that? This looks performative. You look like you're acting, like, or you look like an idiot. Like, why? Like, what does that do?
Right.
I don't understand that.
Right. Okay. So it made me think of when we went paddleboarding, and the last couple times we went paddleboarding, you didn't want to paddleboard.
I didn't. And
then on the way home, on the last time we went paddleboarding, which was last week, I asked you, can I ask you why? Because I would ask you, and you go, I just don't want to. And I go, okay.
Yeah.
So then me and Tony would take off for like 2 hours and go, go paddleboarding. And then when you finally said, it's because I don't want to look dumb.
Sure.
Because you've only paddleboarded once, and that was probably like 10 years ago in Hawaii with my uncle's boards. So that made me think, well, and then we had an in-depth discussion about, okay, well, when you saw me get on the board and I fell into the water, just right off the bat, did you think I looked dumb? And what did you say?
No,
right?
I said, I'm glad that I didn't fall off the board, or that no one saw me fall off the board.
Right. And then you were watching other people trying to paddleboard, and did you think they looked dumb?
I didn't think they looked dumb. I was like, oh. I was just like, oh. And I was like, just glad it wasn't me.
Right.
But I wasn't trying to make fun of anyone.
Yeah. You were just saying, go ahead, sorry.
I was just saying that. Yeah. I'm glad that's not me.
Right.
I'm glad I didn't get on it.
Right.
Like they asked me, or they were telling me to get on it, and I didn't want to. And that's the reason why. And I just kept saying, hence the reason why I didn't get on it. Because I don't want to look like that. Because everyone else is falling, and there's a bunch of people here. They're all seeing them, and I'm making up stories in my head about people watching them laughing, and they're not.
Yeah.
No one cares.
Yeah.
But it's what I was thinking when people were falling.
Right.
You know?
For you personally.
For me personally.
Not against that person.
Not against them at all.
Right. So I promise I have a point for these stories, right? The one of the guy sitting in his car and like saying, oh my gosh, it's so hard not to be an introvert, right? But he was trying, right? Then the people on the board, they were falling, they were trying. I was on the board, I fell because it's not my board. And by the way, it was a foam board. It wasn't a real board. So it was like hard. And I had my dumbass, I had suntan oil on, and it was like making it slick. So then I ended up figuring it out, and it was fine, right? My whole point in saying this is that if I saw someone getting on a paddleboard and they posted it, hey, my first time trying, and it just shows clips of them just falling in the water, I'm not going to go on that post and go, what a fucking dumbass.
That's
right?
awful.
You look so stupid.
That's so.
Or, you know what? Actually, your foot placement is wrong. You need to do this, this, and this. That's the same shit.
It is the same shit.
It's the same shit. Whether you're talking shit or you're trying to correct someone. Why are you trying to correct someone? So you can feel better.
Yeah.
Because you think that you don't look like that. So you need to correct someone.
Exactly.
Right? And then one more example. There was a guy, I think he works at T-Mobile, and he does little videos of like how to use your iPhone, like little hacks, safety features, whatever. You could tell he's new at it because there's pauses and whatnot. And then he was showing on the phone, okay, you got to go here. Oh, wait, no, that's not it. Wait, you got to go here. And it made me laugh because I was like, he's trying, right? And then okay, listen, for me, one of the things I notice on people is I notice their teeth and I notice their fingernails. And if they have their dogs out, I notice their toenails, right? So I noticed that his fingernails were kind of long, right? And for me, I don't like that. But am I going to go, ew, your fingernails are too long. You need to cut them, right?
Sure.
I would never. I noticed it, but did I say anything? No, right? And so I just kept scrolling. Then because I watched the whole video, he comes up in my feed again. And the first thing he says when he comes on camera, okay, guys, I cut my nails. You guys were getting on my ass about cutting my... And I go, who the hell? So of course I had to go back and look, and people were being mean, right? So these 3 examples, the reason why I'm saying that is because there's too many haters out there right now, guys. There's too many haters. And guess what? We don't talk about them enough. So that's what we're going to fucking talk about today. And listen, if I hit you, I didn't mean to miss you, because some of this stuff we're going to talk about today, if you feel some type of way, I'm talking to you. Okay. Now, have I ever been a hater in my life? Yeah. If I said no, I'd be a liar too. I'd be a hater and a liar. Right? Have you ever hated on anybody?
I have. I was thinking about this subject, and I was thinking about myself personally.
Yeah.
Obviously. And thinking about if I ever, and I have, but I think I kind of kept it to myself though.
Yeah.
I didn't tell them or
Sure.
show that
It still counts though.
It does. It
Still
does.
counts,
It
but-
does. And here's why I didn't.
Mhm.
Here's why I didn't. Even though I don't know the difference as a kid, I didn't do it because I didn't want to hurt anyone's feelings.
Mhm.
I thought I didn't do it because I thought it was mean. This is me as a little kid.
Mhm.
You're hating on some kid. He has a new shirt. My shirt's ratty. He's
Mhm.
making fun of me. I'm like, fuck you. He's got to, but I don't say that to him.
Yeah.
I just hate on him from afar.
Yeah.
And I keep my thoughts to myself. Why? Because it's not polite. Why? Because it's mean.
Yeah.
Why? Because he got a new shirt. I got an old one. What's the big deal?
Yeah.
It is what it is. You know what I mean? So I just remember as a kid thinking like that. Like,
Yeah.
man, that sucks, right? I hate on that guy. Or he has new shoes. Or fuck, my shoes are all fucked up. But I would think, man, what a fucker, right? Like hating on me. But then I don't want to say anything because what is it? Not that I knew what it would do or what it was just like, it's stupid.
Yeah.
And I was like, I always kept it to myself. I never said anything or did anything.
Yeah. I was the same way. So like it still counts. That's why
I know.
I'm admitting to it. I've
Yeah.
been a hater before.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But as you get older, you start realizing why, Val. So what makes you think those things about that, right? Let's self-reflect.
Sure.
So we're going to get into it, and we're going to talk about that.
Mhm.
And at the end, we're going to switch it up today, guys. We're going to talk about some aunt brags. We got two really good ones, and we'll talk about them at the end. Don't let me forget.
Okay.
Okay.
Depends on how good this is.
Yeah, seriously, huh? No. These are really good, and I need to get to them. Okay.
Okay.
So like that's why I gave those. I set it up so that you guys can understand what we're talking about,
Sure.
right? And you have to know we've all been there, right? We've been hated on, and we've been the hater, right? The hatey and the hater, right? But we gotta reflect because nobody fucking talks about haters. Everybody talks about don't listen to the haters. Just keep going, girl. Of course, we want to do that. We do that all the time. We're your biggest hype guys, you know?
Yeah. And we're gonna give you tips and strategies to do all that.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
but what I want to talk about though, we want to talk about the fucking haters. And if you think I'm not a hater and something right here stings your ass,
That means you're a hater.
you've been a hater at least
In your
once.
past.
At least once, right? So let's talk about why do they hate? Because listen,
Sure.
we are the experts on this, and I'll tell you why. Because if you know anything about our kid, Drew Wallow, she's hated on 24/7, 365 days of the year.
Right.
Not a day goes by where she doesn't get at least one, and that's a low count. One hater comment per day.
Mm-hmm.
There's hundreds of them. Okay.
In fact, we all get them.
And by proxy, right? By association, we get hate comments too.
Yes, we do.
That's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Because guess what? You can't hurt us. We're Samoan and we grew up in a Samoan household, and you got clowned on all the time. You got hated on all the time. And so you just learn to build up this callus, right? Does it still hurt your feelings? Yeah. But you know how to navigate it a lot better than most people?
Mm-hmm.
You bet your sweet ass we do, right?
Right.
And Drew talks about it all the time. And you know, she grew up with us. So you know what I mean? Not that we were hating on her, but like we prepared our children for this harsh world. So one of the number one questions people pose to Drew and to Jason, quite frankly,
Sure.
is how do you deal with the hate?
Okay.
Right? So we're going to talk about that in a second. But see what I mean? How do you deal with the hate? Keep going, girl. Don't worry about the haters.
Yeah.
Nah, we're going to talk about the fucking haters
Right.
today.
Ignore
We're going to
them.
Yeah.
Pretend they don't exist.
Yeah. And that is some good advice,
Yeah.
right? Just keep doing what you're doing. But we're going to talk about the haters.
Yeah, we gotta find out where they come from.
Yeah. And
We
we're going to
gotta-
talk about why they become haters.
Yeah, why they become haters.
Right. And
Yeah.
and here's another fun fact. And my best friend Evelyn will agree to this. We always used to say, man, why are people always hating on us? Because we used to work together, right?
Sure.
For a fuck ton of years.
Mm-hmm.
And no matter what company we went to, I always brought Evelyn along with me, right?
Sure.
No matter where we landed, we were like, I'm not even joking. We were a deal. What is it? A package deal,
Yeah.
right? If you want me, you got to take Evelyn too,
Yeah.
right? No matter where we landed, there was always haters.
I know.
And guess what? They were always women, and that sucked. There was a few men,
Mm-hmm.
and then when they learned they couldn't go toe to toe with me, they shut the fuck up and moved on. But everywhere we went, even with clients and in their businesses, there was always haters for me and Evelyn, and we always wondered why.
Sure.
And then now that we're not in corporate America anymore, we always send each other memes and we send each other TikToks on why that is. And it's so funny. It's because there's insecurity, right? So let's talk about the haters and why they become haters. The number one in our, right?
In our experience.
In our experience is because people are insecure.
Yeah.
So listen, I don't even know where to start. There's so many ways we can start on insecurity.
Yeah.
But it's basically if you feel like you're falling short of something,
Yeah.
right? Whether it's, hey, I don't have enough money to buy certain clothes, but that bitch over there does, I'm immediately going to hate on her. And sometimes you don't even know.
No, it's not.
Sometimes you don't even know you're doing it.
No, because it's like I was saying when the guy had shoes when I was a kid. He had brand new shoes, the ones I wanted.
Yeah.
That were too expensive. I knew my mom was going to buy them.
Right.
You know, and he had them on. Like automatically, I go, fuck.
Yeah.
How do you get those?
Right.
And I look at him and I want to tell him, fuck you.
Yeah.
Right. But I don't say anything.
You're like, oh, you think you're better than me? Huh?
Yeah.
Who do you think you are?
Yeah.
And we get that all the time too. Right.
That example you're just saying, my mom couldn't afford them.
Right.
But this guy had them,
Right.
and I really wanted them,
Yeah.
and I started hating on him because he had those shoes.
Exactly.
Has nothing to do with him.
Yeah.
Has nothing to do with, you know what I mean? It was me.
And if you don't like him because he's an asshole, that's a different story.
No.
But we're just talking about the shoe hating, right?
Yeah.
So it's basically this, you guys. Okay, if you're not a hater and you're like, why is this person at work always fucking hating on me, picking on me, trying to throw me under the bus, whatever the case may be, you're getting bullied at school, whatever. It's because it's a projection of their own struggles, right? So if they're struggling, you were struggling.
I was
with money.
I was.
So now you're a fucking hater.
I am.
Right?
No, hey, real quick before you go any further, because we're going to start mentioning bullies, right? Are bullies considered haters? Was that what you were?
100%.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then I'm with you.
For sure.
Okay.
Because why does someone pick on someone? Because they see something in that person that they want, whether it's confidence, whether it's new shoes or whatever. So they're going to go pick on him.
Because he's weak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Just remember, the bully will never pick on someone that has less than. Right?
Yeah.
Think about it.
Yeah.
If I had the ratty ass shoes and the ratty ass t-shirt, and so did you, are you going to pick on me? No, because this is our community. We're the ratty ass community. Right?
Yeah.
But if you got Jordans over there
Sure.
and you got some nice, pants, a nice shirt, oh, you're not part of our community. Who the fuck do you think you are?
Right.
Now I'm going to go be up in your ass.
Exactly.
Especially if you're smaller than me.
Yeah.
Then your ass is mine, right? Or if you're kind or whatever, right? So, I mean, we could go down a rabbit hole on this shit. But other people's, this is what me and Evelyn came to realize.
Sure.
Like our successes, right? It literally would shine a bright light in a dark corner for them.
They're
on their shortcomings.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And here's the number one thing I know why people would hate on me all the time. I have confidence.
Oh, there's no doubt about that.
It's the confidence.
I've as a kid too, same, being so shy and seeing a kid my age in the same age group stand up and say the prayer, like I said, without a problem.
Yeah.
Oh, I was hating on that kid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, how could he do that?
You think you're better than me.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And and kids are congratulating him because that's how they did it.
Yeah.
Hey, great job.
Yeah.
And I told him great job, but did I mean it?
Well, no, but you still did it,
I
and
did.
that's a good thing.
Sure.
If that was me, I'd be like, "Fuck you! I'm not saying anything to you." Right? Back in my angry days, guys, I'm not like that anymore. Come on, give me some credit.
He's fucking tripping on his way back to his seat.
Yeah. Hey, no, listen, I would never get physical when I was younger. Listen, two things. One, I had confidence because I grew up. I had to. That was my fight or flight.
Sure.
You either have confidence and people leave you the fuck alone, like when you're in a foster care home, right? The kids will fucking pick on you or do mean shit or awful shit if you're not confident. So that's where the confidence came from, guys. It was survival, right? And number two, I forgot number two, but anyway, you get what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
And so people without confidence are going to hate on people with confidence, okay? So there's two things, the insecurity and the low self-esteem,
Yes.
right? And that's because you're just looking at all your shortcomings and you see something across the way that you want or that you wished you had, And that automatically, not automatically from some people, but like most of the time, that's when it starts.
For sure.
That's when the hating starts. So listen, if that's you, do what I did and reflected. Do I hate that guy because he has something I want? No. But in my formative years, when I was younger, I grew up with a bunch of rich white kids.
Sure.
You best believe I was hating on every motherfucking one of them because they had everything I didn't have, with the exception of confidence. So the ones that had all the, okay, I'm dating myself, Cabbage Patch dolls.
Sure.
I wanted one so bad. And I was like, oh, I want one so bad. A dollhouse. Oh, that's to this day, I am like older than Jesus and I still want a dollhouse, right?
Yeah.
I would see that shit and I would hate on these people because they had, how come they got 2 parents and a nice home? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's just, it's because you have low self-esteem or, you're just insecure about shit, which I was. I didn't have low self-esteem. I was insecure.
Yeah. Which in turn turned your confidence.
Yeah, it just amplified it.
To mask.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the kids who had all this shit, and they would look at me going, who's this ratty ass girl with ratty ass shoes, ratty ass t-shirt, right? And I was like, what's up, guys? Woo! And then I would whoop your ass in every game, in every sport, in every classroom, because I got straight A's. You know what I mean? Out of fear of getting my ass whooped when I got home if I brought anything home less than an A or a B. But still, they were like, how is she so confident? And like, that made me popular. But I didn't have anything else.
Sure.
Right? So if you're a hater, you need to self-reflect, you guys.
And we all have been haters. Hey, listen, we all have been there.
Yeah.
We all have been there.
I'm admitting it right now.
We all have been there. But it's like we're trying to explain to you guys is the root cause of it all, right? Like, where does it come from?
Right.
You know what I mean? And it starts from there. I think the lack of but I like we were the way I was raised. We were in a religious household. My dad had a heavy hand. But they didn't make it seem like we didn't have enough, if that makes sense. There was 5 of us.
We did the same thing with our girls when we were young and dumb and broke. They never knew we were living paycheck to paycheck.
We didn't know that until we went to school and we saw, and you start recognizing stuff. But as a younger kid, you don't know your ass from your elbow. But that hating definitely takes place, I believe, when you're younger, and that's where
No, honey, come on.
No.
There's adults that still hate.
No, I mean, that's where it starts.
Oh, that's where it starts. Yeah.
That's where it's beginning.
For sure.
That's where it's like building.
Yeah.
Right. And so I think what we want to do here as we're going through this episode is share where we believe it comes from, how it starts, and how you can
not be a hater.
There's no reason for it. Let's talk about them and why they do it, but let's also talk about how you cannot be one, and the negative impacts it has on your life if you continue to
listen. Hating breeds negativity.
Oh, it's the worst.
It just does.
Yeah.
And then you get in this spiral and it's hard for you. You ever know someone who's just like 100 years old and they're still talking shit and they're still hating on people? They have lived a miserable life. Let me tell you. Now, if you feel yourself going down that road, there's hope, okay? So the other thing that breeds haters is jealousy and comparison. Right? Yeah. So, and we've already kind of touched on it, right? You look at it and you go, fuck, I wish I had that, right?
Yeah, those are nice.
And jealousy breeds that, right? Because when you're comparing yourself to others, right? Here's the thing. I have a perfect example of this, right? Sure. And I think I've said it in a previous episode, but I'll repeat it for our newcomers. I had when I worked in PR, there was this gal who I thought was my friend. We would travel, like we were in different companies, but we always ended up at the same conferences, traveling around the country, blah, blah, blah. And I remember one night she was drunk. We were in Denver, okay, at a conference. And after the conference, everybody goes to the bar and has cocktails, and she started getting drunk. And then I said something about, or someone said, oh my gosh, I saw you posted, whatever, your kids and whatever, something about you. I think it was, it was about you. And I said something about me being in love with you, whatever. And I said, oh, yeah, whatever. And she goes, ugh, I hate looking at your social media. And I was like, what? And everybody laughed. I laughed because I thought she was joking. And she's like, yeah, this is the first time I ever heard this term, by the way. I sit up in bed while my boyfriend is asleep. And mind you, they've been together for, I don't know, almost 20 years. Still not married because he would not commit to her, right? Just to give you some context. She says, I sit up while he goes to sleep. I sit up in the dark and I hate watch your social media. And I go, what the fuck is hate watching, right?
Yeah.
And she's like, it's like, I hate it because you have this perfect life. You have a perfect husband and you have perfect kids. And she goes, and like, I hate seeing it because it's too perfect, but I can't not look at it. That's the first time I ever heard hate watching, right?
Sure.
And I was like, this motherfucker, right? I thought she was my friend. And I just thought, what a shitty thing to say.
Mm-hmm.
And immediately I go, oh, you're a fucking hater. That's what that is.
Yeah.
So I just responded. I was like, because I didn't want to out her. I mean, there's like 30 women at this table.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, or in this bar. And I just said, dude, I'm not going to show you the shit, like all our hard times or whatever. Because if I did, would that make you feel better? She goes, yeah. What? I could not believe it. And I said, well, it's never going to happen. Now, by the way, that's when it just started, right? Now I know you got to be transparent. You got to be vulnerable online. That's how people connect with you or whatever. I didn't know that at the time. I was just posting all the good shit and my hot husband and my cool ass kids. And I just said, well, you know, like everybody has enough shit going on in their life. They don't need to look at my shit too. So I'm bringing them joy, dude. I just changed, change the tone and everybody's like, yeah. And she looked like a dumbass. The next morning she was avoiding me because she felt stupid saying the truth. You know, that's the saying, right?
Yeah, it's the alcoholic.
No, drunks never lie, right? Drunks never lie, dude. So I was just like, okay, clock it. So like, we're not going to be friends anymore, whatever. Mm-hmm. But that's another thing of, what I'm talking about when we say jealousy and comparison. She was comparing her life to mine and it didn't match, or hers wasn't better than mine. So immediately she's a hater.
I imagine, not just your friend, but I imagine that happens a lot.
Oh, 100%.
And like, I was thinking about your friend, trying to like get her perspective as you're telling the story and thinking, frick, how many people do that? Probably a lot of people do that.
Yeah.
But it's like, why are you doing that?
Yeah. And
what does that do for you?
Exactly. How does that benefit you at all? One. And two, I'm being vulnerable right now.
Sure.
I started dimming my light. I stopped posting as much or all the cool shit for a smidge, maybe a week. Mm-hmm. And then I realized, wait, what the fuck?
Sure.
This is my life. I'm not going to make apologies for having a hot, awesome husband and awesome, smart, intelligent, beautiful kids. I'm not going to. Why am I making apologies for that?
Sure.
Through me dimming my light. Fuck you, bitch. And then I just kept going. You know what I mean? And then I ramped it up real quick.
Sure.
You know what I mean? And then, we just stopped being friends. But that's not on me.
No.
Right? So that's,
another thing to think.
Another thing. Here's another reason why there are haters, dude.
Sure.
People don't have control. They just lack control.
Probably.
Right?
Yeah. Discipline.
Discipline. Like, who the fuck raised you? I would be beside myself if I found out any of our kids
were like that.
Were leaving hate comments for shits and gigs to make yourself feel better.
Yeah, they're gonna hear it from me,
dude.
There's no reason for that.
There's no reason for that, and it's fucking ugly. It's disgusting, right?
It is.
But here's why they do it. Here's another reason why they don't control. They don't have that control in their own home. And what I mean is, it's not like, it is kind of lack of self-control, but that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is they have no control in their home.
No.
So either they're in a toxic relationship or they're in a toxic environment with their home life.
Yeah.
I was too, but I was not hating on people, man. I was trying to make friends. Fuck. You know what I mean? Because my home life sucked. I never wanted to go home. You know what I mean? So I was trying to make friends.
Maybe for me, it was just the fear that my dad distilled in me when I was younger that controlled me to not verbally say something about the shoes I didn't like that kid was wearing or the shirt.
Yeah.
Maybe it was that fear and there's not enough of that. I don't know, but it helped me work through.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then as you get older, you understand and you get it why your emotions are feeling a certain way.
Sure.
Right? And so you make better judgments when you get
Hopefully. Hopefully, if you're doing the work, if you're doing the self-work. Yeah. If you're tired of being miserable and unhappy and just negative all the time, that's exhausting.
It is exhausting. I can't imagine.
It's so exhausting.
I can only imagine.
So they have, and I'll give you an example.
That girl must be tired. Your friend must be tired. hate watching all night for hours while her boyfriend's asleep. Like she should be sleeping.
You should be sleeping, but you know what's keeping her up? Rage, jealousy, comparison. And it just sucks. And here's the thing, like when you're hating on someone like that, that hurts their feelings. Like it hurt my feelings because I was like, what the fuck? I've never done anything to you.
Sure.
And you're going to tell me this horse shit?
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself, dude. Like, I lost my marbles for a little bit. Like, I lost my mojo. Sure. And then after a while, I was like, what the fuck am I doing? Yeah. But, the other thing is too, like, I'll give you another example. In that same industry, right? I worked in a male-dominated industry for over 25 years. Mm-hmm. And the men who were the fucking worst, we'd go to these events, right? Mm-hmm. These like either fundraising events or like galas or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. And then I meet their wives. Mm. And their wives are badass, dude. Oh. They're like, go get me another drink. Go do this. Go do that. Yes, sir. That kind of shit. No wonder you're a prick at work. And to me, a woman, because you're getting your ass whooped at home by your wife, right? Or your girlfriend or whatever, right? It was, I'm telling you 100% of the time, if the guy was a misogynistic pig or a dick at work, his wife was a badass and owned his ass. Jeez. Every motherfucking time. So why do I say that? Because people who leave nasty shit on, social media or you hate on a coworker or whatever, their home life is probably fucked, right? They don't have any no semblance of control at home, so they gotta exude that temporary power, if you will. Yeah. Whether they're on a keyboard as a keyboard warrior, or they're doing it at work, or they're fucking you up at school, or whatever.
Whether they're holding a higher, like a supervisory position. Yeah. There's
some kind of lack of control in their life somewhere. Mm-hmm. They might be 50 years old and have a fucking dominating mom who's a narcissistic prick.
Sure.
You never know, right? Yeah. So that's another reason. That's what breeds haters, right? That kind of lack of control. Mm-hmm. So the way they get that frustration out is they take it out on other people. Right?
What do you always say? They're reflecting?
They're projecting. They're
Sorry.
projecting. Yeah. And you know who's clocking projection all the time?
Who's that?
Is Donovan.
He is.
He got bullied at school, in grade school, junior high, and high school. Mm-hmm. And that motherfucker, every time I'm like, show him to me right now. Who the fuck are they? And he's like, Mommy, you don't know what they're going through. They could be going through something at home. They're just having a bad day. And I was like, because I don't want to squeeze that out of him, but also I want to say, show me his face. Who is it? Because it was always stupid boys, So, so a lack of control somewhere in their life.
Somewhere.
Right? The other thing is group culture negativity.
Yeah, I have a good example of that.
Okay.
When I used to work in law enforcement.
Yeah.
And these guys used to click up all the time. And a lot of these cliques were negative people. And if you it was a reputation in there, if wherever we were working, if you didn't get along, then you're out.
Yeah.
And if you were out, we were going to make life hell for you if you worked in the same. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So they were real cliquey, and it was all negative. It was all negative. Just constantly talking shit on people. Talking shit on this guy, talking shit on this guy. This guy's this guy's that. And I'm like, damn, don't you guys have a life? I just started here.
Yeah.
And this is all you guys talk about?
Yeah.
Like this this guy's married, has like 3 kids. This guy's married, has 2. Like, you don't want to talk about your kids and what they're doing? Like, all they want to talk about is talk shit on so-and-so because he did this, and talk shit on this because he did this.
Because what's going on at home, guys?
And then everyone is doing it in that group.
Yeah.
It's the worst.
Yeah. And do you ever have that one friend or family member that always calls and all they want to do is talk about negative shit?
All the fucking time.
And it's like, Margarita, I don't want to hear this shit, dude. It's fucking exhausting. Yeah. Right? I want to be happy. I want to drink. I want to have fun. I want to go on vacation. I want to go to the movies, or I don't know what. I want to hang out with Evelyn at Disneyland and fucking ride my paddleboard with Tanya. Like, what the fuck, dude?
Just want good vibes, bro.
Good vibes only. Good vibes only, bro. That's, you know what I mean? Like, it's so, but people flock to those because they're like, oh man, like, you always know too, because our circle is not like that, right? Mm-hmm. So people who come in and they're like that, they quickly find out, fuck, I'm an odd man out.
Yeah.
Ain't no
They don't make
room
it.
in this
Yeah.
circle for
They don't
you.
make it.
They don't make it.
Yeah.
They don't.
Yeah,
make
and
it.
then you notice, because as I was seeing these clicks, I would notice not weak, but just the the guys that didn't have a spine, I felt like, would join these groups.
Yeah.
Like, I got to be a part of this group, and I got to get along with these guys, and they're not comfortable.
And what is that? What is that called? Low self-esteem.
Low self-esteem, bro. They
Right?
didn't have the confidence to stand up, because like I didn't consider myself a confident, like, I knew everything here, but I didn't like that.
Yeah.
So that's all I knew. I wasn't trying to be more confident anyway. I just know I don't like this. I'm not fucking doing it.
Yeah.
And so I didn't make problems. I just said, hey, I don't like this.
Yeah.
I just
and you
spoke
didn't
up.
participate, right? You didn't
I
participate.
didn't participate in any of it.
Exactly.
So that's how I made it through.
Yeah.
I didn't know but until the subject came up and as we were talking about everything, I realized I did have confidence because I stood up for myself.
No, 100%. Yeah.
But I wasn't thinking about it at the time. I just didn't like what they were doing.
Well,
so
yeah, because there's a lot of different ways you can have confidence.
Sure,
You can have quiet confidence.
Yeah.
That's what you have.
yeah.
Yeah. And like, honestly, if you're confident, you don't need to brag about your shit,
No.
right?
No.
If you have to talk about it, you cannot be about it. You are not about it,
Yeah.
right?
I mean, they tried to say shit to me, like, because I verbally, but I didn't rat anyone out. I just told my supervisor, hey man, I'm not with this.
Yeah.
I need to be transferred out of it. I don't want to work with these people.
Yeah.
I just don't get along. I just don't get along with them. I didn't say anything about them or anything, because that's their shit. That's not me. You know what I mean? And that's how I navigated through it. You know what I mean? But I wasn't thinking, oh, I have all the confidence in the world. I can stand up for myself. It was just plain and simple. I just didn't like it.
Yeah.
But it makes sense now.
Right.
And it tells me that I had every bit of confidence.
Yeah.
Right. And I did stand
100%.
up for myself, and it was huge.
You did so much during that time
Sure.
that was outside of your wheelhouse. You've never done before, and you fucking crushed it. And people were hating on you. Remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you did. You have quiet confidence, Okay. So what else breeds? I mean, we're running out of time, man. I didn't think this was going to be a two-parter. What the fuck?
It's gotta be.
But it has to be.
Yeah.
So here's what we're going to do. This episode, we're going to talk about what breeds a hater.
Yeah.
Then the next episode, we're going to recap real quick. Then we're going to talk about how to overcome being a hater. Okay.
And please share this information. And after you listen to this one, leave us comments on your experiences with haters.
Yeah.
And
Or if you are a hater and you need help.
It's okay. I was one.
Well, we all have, because it's just, you're human, right? You have emotions, whatever. But you don't have to stay like that.
No.
You know what I mean? And let me tell you something. If you are a hater and you're saying, I'm not a hater, you're probably a hater. But also, too, you're going to live a miserable life, dude. So we're just going to get through this really quick. Okay. So the other one, there's 3 more.
Okay.
I'm just going to go through them really fast. They have unresolved trauma or bitterness.
Oh, makes sense.
They, the anonymity that I was talking about earlier from the internet culture, you think, oh, nobody knows who I am, so I'm going to leave hate comments. Woo! We will find you.
Yeah.
We will find you. And then...
and also, I just want to add to that, please. Sorry. You could be mean or you can make fun. It's still hating, right? Like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Right? Like if people...
Well, making fun of someone is being mean.
Well, you know what I mean? Like, cracking jokes in it. Like, there's different ways of doing it. It's all hating, in other words, is what I'm saying.
Well, it depends. It depends on the situation, but I get what you're saying.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just want to be clear with that.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people crack jokes and they laugh, but it's like, it's really mean. You know what I mean?
Again, it depends on what you're talking about, but for the most part, probably. Yeah.
Okay.
So unresolved trauma or bitterness, right? So before I go through all 3, just go one by one. The unresolved trauma or bitterness, right? It's like if you had a rejection, right? So this male loneliness epidemic, it's probably because you got rejected because you're an asshole, right? You're not a kind guy. So women are like, I choose the bear all the time, all the fucking time. Right. So it's rejection. It could be rejection from your parents. It could be rejection from your friends. And then you're like, I'm going to be a hater. Right.
You should be looking inside too, a lot of times. Right.
Don't I know it? Right. And then criticism. Right. If you've been criticized your whole life, you kind of you're a product of your environment. So now you're going to pay it forward with more criticism for people who don't even know you, like on the internet, for instance. Right. Which brings us into the internet culture.
It could be that very person doesn't know they're being a hater because of the way they're raised.
No, you fucking know.
No.
You know you're being a hater.
Yeah.
Don't lie. Don't be a liar and a hater. Pick one, right? So it's easier, to type hate,
Sure.
right, on the internet.
Oh yeah,
It's so easy.
without yeah.
Yeah, but like, and then here's the funny part, right? Here's a fun fact. So people spew hate to Drew all the time, for instance, right? And when she claps back, the first thing they say is, "Well, I didn't even think you were going to see this." Girl, shut the fuck up. And I'm using girl generally across the board, right?
Yeah.
And then they say, "Oh my God." And then all of a sudden they start some shit. They kick some shit up. They kick the hornet's nest.
Yeah.
Then the hornets come out and then they play the victim, right? Come on. So like, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And whether it's happened directly to you or you're inciting that kind of hate, knock it off, dude. That's a sidebar. But this is what breeds haters, right? Because they think, oh, no one knows who I am because my handle is juicy ass 123. Nobody knows who I am.
Yeah.
And
I don't have a picture on there.
Yeah, like, dude, knock it off, right? So the internet culture breeds haters even more so than back in our day.
Because they're hidden.
And then people who are obsessed, right? Their obsession is disguised as hate, right? So like critics,
Give an example of that. Give an example of that.
Like, okay, so like hate can actually signal attention, right?
Yes.
Or fascination. So someone who's fascinated with you is like, I'm obsessed.
Yeah.
But like, I'm really obsessed with you. Perfect example. People who say shit to men in general. Let me say this. Let me make it specific.
I think I know where you're going.
Drew just posted a post today where a guy was like, "Look at all these lesbians." Like, basically, I'm paraphrasing, but look at all these lesbians on here hyping Drew up.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't fuck her. Something like that. Yeah. Something along those lines, right?
Yeah.
And they're obsessed. Let's be honest, right? They're obsessed. Yeah. That's why they're following her.
That's why they have to say something.
That's why they have to say something. But it's disguised as hate. It's really not. Just admit.
It's obsession.
Yeah. You either want to be her or you want to be on her. It's one of the two. Or both. I don't know. Fuck. Right? So it's disguised as hate, but you're really obsessed. And like my friend, acquaintance, right?
Watching.
She hate watches.
Yeah.
So she's obsessed. Right?
Same thing.
It's the same shit. Yeah. Right? So all of these things breed haters. And you guys know, if I'm talking to you, if we're talking to you, you know, and guess what? There's still hope for you, right? Or if you know someone who fits the bill that we're talking about, send this fucking podcast to them and tell them, hey, watch at minute 34, whatever, right?
Yeah.
So it's crazy, dude, because listen.
This is turning out to be a way bigger subject matter than I thought. Yeah? I understood the subject matter and what we're going to talk about, but there's so much. Yeah. There's so much to be said about it.
Because no one talks about the hater. No, everyone talks about how to avoid the hater. Yeah, yeah. How do you function with all the hate that you get? I don't fucking care. That's it. It's that simple. But that's a learned behavior, right?
You gotta grow thick skin.
Yeah.
For stuff like that. So what we want to do is basically find out where it comes from.
Yeah.
How it's being breeded amongst us. Yeah. Right. Ourselves included at one point in our lives, and then how can we resolve it? How can we fix it? Because life would be so much more. I was just going to say that.
I was just going to say that. So here's what I want you guys to think about, right? Sure. So here's what we talked about: insecurity and low self-esteem. That was number 1. Number 2 was jealousy and comparison. Number 3 was lack of control. Number 4 was group culture of negativity. Number 5 was unresolved trauma or bitterness. Number 6 was anonymity on the internet culture, right? And number 7 was obsession disguised as hate, right? Think of all those things and then look at our administration right now. I just hit something. I'm on to something, guys. Think about it. That's why the world is in the garbage right now, right? It's because of all of this shit.
Sure.
Right? So as your internet parents, we had to come at you guys with not really advice, but kind of an advice episode to make the world a better place. At least try. Fuck. If one of you guys is a hater and becomes a recovering hater, we've done our job. Even if it's just one of you guys, right?
I mean, I'll call myself a recovering hater.
Me too. And also,
and it's still in the works.
And also, if you've been hated on, this will help you too, because this will help you understand why the fuck they're doing that to you. And then you can go, fuck off, right? Fuck all the way off. The end, right? It's going to help both parties.
Exactly.
Right? Okay, so we're going to leave it here, but I want to go over our aunt brags because we have 2 awesome ones before we hit the road here. Okay, this first one, and make sure you guys tune in next week on how to not become a hater, because it'll either help you or it'll help someone you know, okay? All right, so the 2 aunt brags. This one made me cry because, you'll see why, or you'll hear why. This is from Wit Tooney, so at WHIT, the number 2, NEY.
Okay.
They said, I have an aunt brag. I found out that my first round of IVF was a success. IVF. Okay. And I'm pregnant after 5 years of trying. Woo! Aunt brag, aunt brag. Additionally, I will be publishing my 4th fantasy novel this November. What? We love a good slutty fantasy novel. You need to drop the name of it once it's released. I chose to write about a mom of 2 because we don't see a lot of badass moms in fantasy stories. What the hell? Okay, I need to buy this book. Now I'm one step closer to being nearly as cool as my character. You are cool, girl. Let me just tell you. Okay, and then
Dude, I'm pretty sure every single book she wrote has a reflection of her.
I know. Okay, we have to, and we have to. We're gonna buy your book, and we're gonna put it up here so everyone can see it. Okay, but you got to tell us what the name of the book is. And then she said, you probably know how hard and rewarding it is to publish books by watching Drew's journey. I'm so proud of myself for going through the publishing process and IVF.
Proud of you, girl.
Dude, we need claps, audience claps.
Proud
Woo! And all of you little ants out there, you better go and drop a comment and give her some love and support her with her book. That's huge. And yes, we do know how hard it is to publish a fucking book. It's bananas, right?
And IVF.
And
great job, buddy.
Dude, look at, you're already a kick-ass mom. You know why? Because you're multitasking.
It's pretty cool.
Woo!
Pretty cool.
Oh my gosh, we are so happy for you, Whitney. Thank you for sharing that with us.
Thank you for sharing.
And I know our little ant army is going to love up on you so much. So make sure you guys drop some comments and some well wishes for Whitney. Okay. And by the way, if you have a girl, you can name her Noelle. I give you permission. It's fine. Okay.
Tate's pretty good.
Tate, yes. All right. The next one is from Alyssa. They said, hi, AFI fam. I have a couple of aunt brags I want to share with the class. I wrote it earlier this year because Noelle was my inspiration to get back in the gym and restart my strength training journey.
Yay, good job.
Almost 9 months later, and I've reached my PR goal for the year.
9 months.
9 months is fucking badass,
Huge.
dude. I'm on 18 months and I'm barely hitting that shit. Good for you. By the way, PR in this sense means personal record, right? So happy and proud that I challenged myself physically and didn't allow myself to give up. On another note, for the first half of the year, I was stuck in a job that I initially loved but grew to hate when it was bought out by a bigger company. Girl, been there, done that several times.
Sounds very familiar.
It came with toxic leadership, disrespected employees, personal boundaries, and no signs of raises despite requests from myself and fellow colleagues.
Wow.
I was laid off at the end of June and was scared given the job insecurity in this country and my financial stability was uncertain. I'm happy to share that I found a new job with higher pay. It's healthy and supportive leadership culture and allows me to grow professionally. Woo!
Beautiful.
Love it. I also reconnected with an old supervisor that is currently building her own private practice and asked me to join her. Wow. What the heck? And in parentheses, they said, I'm an associate marriage and family therapist, so I would be accruing hours towards licensure under her supervision. Wow. Hell yes.
Great job.
This time last year, I was in a much different place, so I'm stoked to see where I'll be in another year. Again, thank you so much for creating such a supportive and encouraging space on the internet for us ants. It's so motivating to hear everyone's aunt brags and to have such loving internet parents. Keep up the amazing work and shout out to Tate for the progress he's made in his confidence on the show and his weightlifting journey. We see you and love you so much.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Are you tearing up?
Awesome. I am.
So am I. I'll be vulnerable. I was tearing up in the IVF one already, but now I'm tearing up on this. Because this is amazing. And I don't know if I said this person's name. Did I say this person's name? Yeah, I said Alyssa, right? Yeah. Alyssa, Thank you so much for sharing that.
Thank you.
Hell fucking yeah,
I
dude.
know,
Look at
so
you.
proud of you.
And this is the true testament, right? This isn't made up shit. This is stuff that people are actually going through and actually listening to us and taking our advice for whatever reason. And what the hell, it actually works. And you know why it works? Because we've done it.
I know.
We've moved jobs. We've had kids.
Yeah.
We've struggled. You It will.
It'll change your life.
My family knows when I haven't been to the gym because I'm a nutbag, dude. They're like, "Did you go to the gym today?" Because I don't do it for weight loss or any of that other shit.
That's the
result,
Yeah.
like the ancillary result.
Yeah,
I do it for my mental health.
Yeah.
Oh man,
It
even
builds
if it's
something.
Yeah, even if
Does
it's 30
something
minutes
to
on
you.
the treadmill, I'll drive all the way to the gym. Even though we have machines and we literally have a CrossFit gym in our garage, I will drive to the gym just to get out of my own environment and clear my head.
Yeah, there's something about it.
Oh, it's so awesome, dude. So, and I don't know if you guys saw my TikTok this week. I figured out after talking with Tanya, I hit 3 fitness goals, right? None of them were about losing weight, right? It was all about just discipline. It was about me setting a goal and hitting it. You set a goal, you hit your PR.
Yeah.
You focus on getting a job, whatever. So I did that this week too, and I'm my own worst enemy. So for me to actually do that in spite of the negative thoughts in my head, because I've had an eating disorder. I still fucking struggle with body dysmorphia. It's just, it was really rewarding, and I was so proud of myself too. Yeah. So seeing these, oh man, makes me tear up.
It's awesome.
And it makes me feel like, dude, we're going to keep doing this podcast. As long as we get one of these a week, we're good.
I'm good. It refuels me for the next week.
It hits the reset button.
Yeah, it does.
So anyway, we don't want to beat a dead horse, but you know what we want to do? We do want to love up on you guys. Yes. We are so fucking proud of you guys.
Super grateful for you
if you're new to this podcast and you just started listening to us, listen. Go back and listen to the other ones. We got to sprinkle some parent advice ones in here, you guys. That's why we did this today. The last couple were like funny ones, right? But we love you guys. We love doing this. And
we appreciate all the comments. We appreciate the camaraderie we built here with the little ants, as we say. And,
our little ant army.
And let's just keep it
keep it going, dude.
Yeah. Let's make it bigger.
Let's see how Let's see how big we can make it, and let's see how much love we can spread in the world.
Yeah, exactly.
Because the world's trash right now. Anyway, we love you guys. Thank you for joining us for episode 34.
34 is done.
And we'll see you guys next time. Love you guys. Bye. And repeating. In LBC. It's the jam back in the day. They don't even make music like this anymore. I'm just gonna grab my water.
Okay.
Out. Donovan, you're not watching the dogs. All 3 of them are right there.
Of course.
Some dog sitter. All right. Now we're cooking. You like my glasses cleaner? It's from the Quick Quack.
Yeah, that's the best one you ever had.
I know. All those other ones, those little wipies.
Yeah.
They don't work for shit.
Maybe you hit it with the wifey then, or it doesn't matter.
Maybe, but like, I don't want to do that much work. My glasses look like I cooked a pork chop on them.
Okay. Timer's on.
Everything's speeding.
Camera rolling. We're rolling here.
Dude, I love this thing. Did you see Jason's life size?
Yeah.
Of this little girl?
What's it called?
Space Molly.